Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. Quick update before I get into actually what this video is about. Every time I do an update video, it is something that things usually get in the way, and I'm unable to actually follow through with my plans and goals. So instead of trying to chase numbers and chase success, I am going to be making content to archive my playthroughs of games that I enjoy or am currently in the process of enjoying, as well as just for fun, because I'm passionate about entertaining people, and even if 2 people see this video and think it's entertaining, that'll be enough for me. So, without any further ado, let's actually get into what this is. You may have seen that I've privatized all of my videos. That is because I wish to move forward. I wish to leave everything that I did in the past. So, without any further ado, thank you for listening to my short explanation. This is going to be Let's Play number 1. Pathfinder Kingmaker, a game based off of the tabletop role-playing game and thus adventure path, or the adventure module, whatever you want to call it, of the same name. It's something that I'm very passionate about. The idea of playing a video game that allows you to build a kingdom from the ground up, or just that idea, is something that has always been very interesting to me. We're still filling out some audio issues. This first video is probably going to be less than ideal, but I'll sort of fine-tune things from there. So, without any further ado, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on at the beginning, but let's not mess around anymore, and let's get right into the game. Now, I do have a specific build in mind. I'm not going to bore you with the character creation. Character creation is very fun, and maybe if enough people watch and want to see what my build is exactly, although just watching through the game you'll be able to see it pretty easily and it won't be much of an issue. But if some people want me to do build videos for this game, I'm more than happy to do that. I am not going to be playing a particularly difficult playthrough here. I am not one that enjoys particularly hard games. Not that being challenging is a bad thing, but I just kind of wanted to sort of put that out there. This is meant to be a story playthrough, and because of that, we're going to play on a little bit easier difficulty, and I don't want this Let's Play specifically to be about 100, 200 episodes long, so we are going to be using some cheats. I'm not going to bore you with those. I just want to get through the game, enjoy the story experience, and take you along with me. So thank you. Like I said, I have a character in mind, and we're going to sort of cut from here to when I have that build completed. Okay, we are back from the cut. There's going to be another cut here before too long, but just as a general run over, we are going to be playing, at least for this playthrough, a Scaled Fist Monk. To keep things interesting, I'm pretty much just going to go Scaled Fist Monk the whole way. What is a Scaled Fist Monk, you ask? Well, a Scaled Fist Monk is a monk that gets a lot of their monk abilities off of charisma instead of wisdom. We are a frontline attacking class and character. We're going to be on the front lines pretty much all the time. Now, the stats that you see on the screen are going to get changed over the course of the game, and initially, because as stated before, want the beginning of the game to be a little bit easier. So, don't get too attached to that. We basically get an unarmed bonus. We hit people a lot of times in combat, and we're going to be very generally hard to hit with other features that will increase our armor class on top of that unarmored defense. So, that's gonna be the build we're going with, and without any further ado, let's get right into the game.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Where are they? This is taking forever! It didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway, rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
I apologize for the little bit of audio hiccup. I just was dealing with someone right here. Should be good from the rest of this episode.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
So, one of the many things that I love about this game specifically is that the voice acting and the characters are quite well written and well performed. Judging by the fact that I am uploading this video, it is pretty clear to see that I'm very fond of the various performative arts. And so, as a result, whenever a dialogue option comes up, and for whatever reason it is not voice acted, or there are options for me to pretend to be a character, I will be doing that. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question. We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Why not just recognize the Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Well, I think with that, it's clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
We sure will. Just wait. We've plenty of great feats in store.
I have no doubt. Kind of related, I wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Not a bad plan. It's settled then. I'll accomplish the feats, and you'll write them down.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
We're gonna cut here, but what is functionally gonna happen is we're gonna give ourselves some levels and a few extra stats, and we'll return from that cut. We have returned from our very, very short foray into leveling up. Long story short, we have given ourselves 7 levels, and I will just recap them very shortly. We go to character. You'll see we've got all these abilities. We have Stunning Fist and Key Powers now. As part of being a monk, we level up and get new things added on to our unarmed attacks. We chose, as far as key powers that we can choose, we chose Sudden Speed, whenever we need to close the distance on someone or run away because we're hurt for whatever reason, we can use this key's power to get away. True Strike, when there's an enemy that is particularly difficult to hit, we can use this key power as a part of sort of trying to hit them. We chose the feat's crane style, which gives us a little bit more AC. Power attack, which just allows us to deal more damage. We chose fire as our draconic heritage as part of being a scaled fist monk. You sort of embody the ways of a dragon with the way that you fight. We also took leg sweep, which would allow us to do a free trip maneuver whenever we hit someone with a power attack, which we will be doing. As you can see, we have feats here. You get some of these for free just as part of being a monk, but we took dodge, which gives us a dodge bonus, basically making us harder to hit. We took blind fight, so if there are any invisible creatures, doesn't matter. I can see them and I can punch them. As stated before, we have crane style with monks. There are different martial arts styles. There's kind of trees that they can go down, and this crane style allows us to be a lot harder to hit. So we're not necessarily going to be the biggest damage dealer, but I feel like being very hard to hit is, in the long run, going to really help us out. We took weapon focus, unarmed strike. We are going to be unarmed attacking. That is the build that this is centered around. Power attack, as said before, intimidating prowess, which just adds our strength to our intimidation checks. And as you can see, we have edited our stats a little bit. And then finally, Cornugan Smash, which, as stated before, whenever we hit someone with a power attack, we can, just for free, every enemy within 30 feet of us, we make an intimidation check against them. And it's versus their will save, and if they fail, they are frightened, which has some benefits. You see, it's quite good, but that's it for us. Let us continue. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers, or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Wilhelm scream enters the chat.
Their life ends here!
And now this guy, he's not meant to, without the extra levels, really put up much of a threat. But especially with our extra levels, this guy is not going to have a fun time. We're going to do this special attack action called Charge. It just gives us a bonus to hit and to damage. But you have to run to someone. And as you can see, we literally kicked him in the nuts, and he died. So that was to be expected. We can loot the bodies, of course, which we are going to do for the money. Which doesn't really matter because we have money. That was part of the cheat process, but you know, it never hurts. Sorry, Lindsay. You are a very good character, but I like money. So I'm gonna do like every good video game enjoyer / player, and I'm going to literally loot everything.
Test of my abilities.
So what is a very interesting thing, if you saw Tartuccio, the little guy in the center, he's over here, he was kind of standing and conversing with them, and if you, the keen-eyed of you, you can rewind if you want to, but you'll see he kind of gets down on knees and it's like, oh no, I'm in trouble, help, please. I'm not evil, guys, I swear. But, and we punch a dude in the nuts and he dies. We're gonna walk over here. We missed.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen land. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Very interesting. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but don't, as you can see, because he was standing and got down, you don't trust this guy. So don't take his present. Now, it doesn't really matter, but you know, if you don't want to miss out on a cool little interaction, don't take it. I think that is probably a good place to end off the episode. A little short, but I'm gonna go ahead and level up these two characters off screen, and then I will see you back for episode 2. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Apollo, and I'll see you on the other side.